Wow. Folks.
Put your hands up.
Folks. We are here.
Put your hands up.
Woo.
Andy. Hello.
Oh, yeah.
Hello.
That's right, baby. We are here
back.
having a good time, the greatest of times that one could ever imagine.
Here we are. Here we are. Let's go. Let's go.
Yes, indeed, baby.
Yeah, dude.
Well,
Welcome
Connor,
back.
it's good to see you, my friend. Good to be with you
Good
in the
to
studio.
see you again. What's it
Wow.
been? 10 hours since I saw you last?
Just about. Yeah, it's barely been any time away from each other, but that's how we do.
Yeah, it's
folks.
about 10 hours. I left yours about 1:30.
Had a little bit of a fire, bit of a evening chat, evening hangout.
We played zombies.
That's
COD
right.
Zombies.
I know,
Bit of a throwback. Yes. God, I love me some zombs.
Went back to the old, the childhood, what made us happy, what we love, and
Yeah,
it was a lot of fun.
It definitely worked. I think it brought back that nostalgia that I needed. Just been wanting to play it for a while, so yeah. No, it was fun. It was good. I'm glad you had
Fantastic.
it all ready
Yeah.
to go. It was like really, it was super fun.
It was a good time. It was a lot of fun. Yeah, I'm glad we enjoyed ourselves. Glad we hung out together and spent a good
I'd
bit
definitely
of
like
time.
to do it again. It was fun.
Hey, well,
It was fun.
we were a little rusty because we hadn't played in a little while, but it's sort of like anything, you do it.
Yeah.
You were you're so into it when you were younger,
Yeah,
and
definitely.
it just all comes back to you bit by bit. Absolutely fantastic. Well, it's lovely to be here with you, Connor, today. It's
Thank you
wonderful
very
to
much.
be
It's great to be here. Thank you.
joined in the studio, and just here to have a good time, have a great old show.
That is true.
We've got a great show for you guys.
It's
Gonna be lots of
jam-packed.
fun. Absolutely.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, we do have quite a bit going on today. And that's all for the best because you guys are going to have a great time. You're going to enjoy yourself very much. However, I would like to address something first. Not a bad thing, just a sad thing that we should talk about. The Succulent Chinese meal guy has sadly passed away.
We
That
spoke
is-
about him. We only spoke about him like a couple of weeks ago.
That's right. We covered the update to
Yes.
his story.
What was it for again? What was the
He went back
GoFundMe?
to it was. I believe it was for his medical
Oh no!
issues. Yeah,
And then he died.
well, they
Yeah.
did announce they were shooting a documentary about him. So they must
Have
have.
they finished it or?
I don't know, but they must have a good amount of footage of him to use in the doco. So
Right.
surely
Well,
that will come out soon.
shit. Yeah. Nah, he died.
Yeah, but rest in peace.
He's dead.
We'll give him.
Yeah,
we'll
you
set
have,
him up with
you
some
have
of the sounds.
you have
yeah.
them on the board.
And he deserves it. He deserves to be immortalized. This is the succulent sound.
Succulent.
Yeah, baby. We've got
I see that you know your judo well.
this is what he's gonna. I hear you know your judo well.
Get your hand off my penis!
That's a classic, of course. That will live on in infamy.
This is Democracy Manifest.
Yeah. No, we love the guy. We love him.
Oh lord.
And he's done well. Thank you.
May you rest in peace.
Thank you, Mr. Succulent Chinese guy, for bringing us all joy. I actually had a succulent Chinese dinner on Thursday night. Yeah,
Wow.
that's right. Yeah,
Was
to pay
that
my
in,
respects. Yeah.
Was it to pay respects?
Yes, it indeed was.
Really?
I said to Kath, I was like, I think we should get Chinese tonight. And she was like, why? And I said, well, because he passed away. We
Yep,
should honor
fair
him,
enough. That's fair enough.
There was only one way to do it, It's-
We literally spoke about him a couple of weeks ago, so it's kind of crazy.
Yeah, it's wild. And, at least in that update we talked about, he did get to go back to the Chinese restaurant. He did speak to the cop who arrested him. So there was a little bit of closure, thankfully,
Yeah.
before he passed, which is nice. And hopefully the documentary is kind of a good way to...
Hey man, we all got to go at some point.
Yeah. And hopefully with the documentary out, eventually even more people will know his story. So, well done, Jack Karlson, the good old succulent Chinese guy.
Thank you, Jack. Rest in peace, homie.
Dude.
We love you.
Absolutely. Well done.
He
Thank
has
you,
to
Jack.
end himself into culture forever, though. So there's always that.
Ta-ta and farewell.
Yeah.
What'd you say?
Ta-ta and farewell.
Ta-ta!
Ta-ta and farewell.
Oh, good lad. Well, Nice to memorialize good folks, you know.
May you rest.
Good to talk about a good guy right at the top of the show, because this show we've got a whole lot of
Bad guys?
well, more just dumb
Cringe guys?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's probably a good way of putting it. Cringe,
Yeah, cringe, dumb idiots, you know.
Yeah, no, I get that. A lot of them today, actually.
That is true.
Is it a week of cringe?
I guess it must be.
Is that what it's been?
It must be.
Oh God. What's up? The Levi himself.
Yeah, Zachary Levi. That's what we're going to start with. Zachary Levi is a big Hollywood.
Come on, big.
God, what, you going to do my boy Zach like that?
From what I can tell, people only really love him from a show he did called Chuck. Remember Chuck?
I remember Chuck. I
remember he played
didn't even realize he was on Chuck.
Yeah, he played Chuck. So
wow, I see.
He's also the prince in Tangled. So I think
but that's the voice though.
Yeah, but he did the voice.
Okay, well,
so
you know,
Chuck and Prince from Tangled. That's it. And I think now people just. He's a cringe meme. I'll put it out there. I'm not a huge fan of him.
Well, you've forgotten probably one of his biggest IPs, my friend, Shazam.
I didn't forget it. I didn't forget it.
No one really saw that shit, did they?
We went to go see the first one at the cinema together. Remember?
Yeah, we did. That was an interesting time.
Why did we do that?
Well, maybe we were. It's like a challenge, you know, punishing ourselves. Maybe we deserved it.
We went in gold class as well, which is like the most expensive theater
for Shazam.
Yeah,
so deserved.
I didn't see the second one though, even though it's on stream and I still haven't watched it.
Fury of the Gods.
Yes, the Fury of the Gods.
Well, that kind of takes us exactly to
Ladies and gentlemen,
Joe Rogan.
That takes us to Joe. We're getting to later. This was, I believe, when Shazam: Fury of the Gods was in cinemas.
This was an Instagram live he did because it was kind of bombing at the box office because it was going up against John Wick 4, which was doing a lot better.
And he
domestically,
he wanted to
everywhere.
urge the audiences at home to go out and see Shazam: Fury of the Gods. And
it's
I guess
a family movie.
I guess at the time, like you said, John Wick was dominating the box office. Maybe he felt a little bit jealous of the other movie that was
100% he did.
getting a lot of the attention.
Yeah, of course. We spent so much time on this movie.
Also, before we play this video, I don't want to be a dick, but it's just kind of funny that he's got like what do they call those?
The wings?
The wings,
You know
yeah,
what
the
I'm talking
gray
about?
patches on the side of his hair, which it's not a diss. Like,
what? Because in Shazam he doesn't?
yeah, it's just funny that they don't let him look his natural age in the movies. They always dye his hair to like age him down.
The jet black.
Yeah, they just can't let him be.
Hey man,
His
superheroes
age.
aren't old.
Yeah, exactly. They don't age. What are you talking
Kids
about?
don't want to go see a film about an old superhero. They want to go see young Shazam.
Yeah, they don't want to see Captain Old.
No, they want to see Captain Shazam.
Oh God. Well, let's see what Zach has for us.
Listen, I love Keanu Reeves. If you want to go see John Wick, fucking go for it. I mean, I'm not gonna.
I love how he's like.
This was an Instagram live.
Go for it.
I love Keanu Reeves. I always loved that video. I love
Keanu Reeves.
It's not a family movie.
Man.
I love Keanu Reeves. If you want to go see John Wick, fucking go for it. I mean, I'm not gonna tell you not to. But John Wick's not a family movie. So if you're looking for a movie for your family, or
he's like, please, if you're looking.
You don't really see it a lot where the main actor is like
begging.
It's quite like a last resort. Sorry, to have like the main lead go on socials and be like, hey, you should go see this movie.
Please,
it's
go
really
watch the
good.
movie.
Like, I swear, it's really good. Everyone had so much fun making it. Like,
Please, you'll really like it. Please go watch my movie.
just watch Shazam: Fury of Gods. It's a family movie.
I swear you'll like it.
John Wick 4 is not.
your date, or whatever, or you just don't want to get into like hardcore, pop.
Hardcore.
They fucking fight in Shazam every 2 seconds.
Yeah, exactly.
That is another shooty pop.
I mean, it's like, you know how kids watch wrestling, they want to wrestle each other. It's like kids watch superhero movies, they want to superhero fight each other. Like, I guess guns are more violent technically, but yeah, I just find that to be a funny argument. Let's see what else he has up his sleeve.
Go see Shazam! Fury of the Gods. We Are a far better film, and those of you who have seen the movie know this.
Whoa.
That's just not true.
That's just mean though. Why'd you gotta
because it's
say that?
It's desperate. It's a last.
We Are a far better film.
And those of you who have seen it know that.
Come on, that's just a dick move.
Nah,
you can't like Keanu that much if you're shitting on his movie.
He's kind of like he's like a big ass has-been, man. I'm not trying to be mean, but like he is like.
What, you don't see Chuck on the reruns anymore?
Nah. I don't, but like, I think the best thing Zachary Levi could do is just do some like indie films, and maybe one of them is really good. Why is he trying to like?
He's trying to be a Hollywood leading man,
yes,
and
he's not doing a very good job of it.
Yeah, not everyone, and listen, is it his bad luck? Sure, like, if he got other roles as opposed to Shazam and we're about to get to the Harry and the Purple Crown. Maybe he would have a better chance at Hollywood stardom. But I feel like he's being pigeonholed into these weird kind of kids movie genre. And I feel like that's not, for what he wants to go for, clearly, that's not going to get him there.
Kids want to see Chuck on the big screen.
Mommy, that's Chuck.
Oh, Zachary Levi.
Oh, God. So that was... when did Shazam! Fury of the Gods come out? 2 years ago?
I think it was beginning of last year.
So yeah, this was a little while ago. So then this is the follow-up. Oh God.
Poor Zachary.
And I noticed here, I think this is one of those like the celebrities taking over the TikTok, because I believe it's on the Sony Pictures TikTok.
It's Sony Pictures.
So this is for what's the movie called? Harry and the Purple Crayon?
Isn't it Arnold?
Henry and the Purple Crayon or some shit? Arnold? I don't fucking know his name.
Someone wrote in and said, I want to watch this so bad, but my parents think this is for little kids. But I think they accidentally put my parents think this is for little kids.
But what kind of a comment is that?
It's a typo in the comment. But my parents think this is for little kids, and they replied to this comment. They probably went through so many comments to try and find something like this.
Yeah, something
and they're like,
perfect. Yeah.
It ain't perfect. There's a typo in it, but we'll try and put it on.
Yeah, and I just find it weird because it's like if you're young enough that presumably your parents are taking you to the movies, but too old apparently for Harry and the Purple Crayon or whatever the fuck.
Is that what it's called?
I don't know. Let me find the actual name.
Harry and the Purple Crayon?
Something in the Purple Crayon.
Isn't it Arnold or something?
The Purple Crayon movie.
Which, by the way, somehow just came out. Like, no one knew it was coming out.
It was based on a book, I guess. Harold and the Purple Crayon.
Harold and the Purple Crayon.
Yeah, I kept calling him Harry. I'm acting like we're close friends, but no. Harold.
It was shown on the 1st of September at 10:30 a.m.
Wow.
It's not out in Australia yet.
Well, we better rush to the cinemas as soon as it comes out.
That's a little over just a little over a month away.
Well, unfortunately, I guess we'll see how the box office goes in Australia. But similar to Shazam! Fury of the Gods, it's not doing very well at the box office.
Yeah,
and clearly good old Zachary, had to jump on the Sony Pictures TikTok page and respond to a comment. Let's see what he has to say.
Well, listen, the movie's really for everybody. It's for little kids and big kids and adults and everyone in between. So I'd say, go and convince your parents that you should all go see the movie.
Zach, stop.
This face he's making too.
Well, it's for everybody.
Oh, no, dude.
Your parents are wrong, and you should go out to them and tell them that.
Also, I feel like it can't really be for everyone if it's for little kids and adults. Like, really?
The cast is all right in it, to be fair. It's got an all right cast.
Yeah, clearly.
Well,
we got the biggest leading man in Hollywood in the movie.
Yeah, apparently it did so bad. But no one knew this movie was coming out until it just appeared.
I feel like there's this trap almost where it's like, so it's based on a popular kids book, I believe.
Yeah.
But I guess
Harry Potter was big, so maybe we're sitting on the next Harry Potter.
See, it depends who the market the book is made for. Because if the book is made for like little kids, wouldn't they just rather read the book? Do you know what I mean? Like they're not going to want to watch. Like little kids don't always have the patience to sit through a whole movie. Do you know what I mean? But they can sit through like a book that's like a couple pages.
I did watch the full trailer just out of curiosity.
Okay, wow, look at you doing your research.
It just looked really bad. Like it didn't look great. And
Is there a reason it's a purple crown, or is it just
fucking? I don't know. I'm not into the Purple Crown lore.
Okay, right.
But I'm sure there's a reason. I saw so many people commenting how no one knew this movie was coming out.
Yeah. They'll have to create a Purple Crown wiki just for us to.
Yeah, I've seen a parody account on Twitter already. It's been blowing up. It's really funny. Like
the Harold stands, the Harold Purple Crown stands.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they're from Australia because they keep like tagging Zachary Levi and like, can you give me like an advanced screening of the Purple Crown? Is Zachary done? Do you reckon he's done? He's the equivalent of like a box office bomb actor. Like they keep putting him in movies and they keep underperforming. So they're not going to do it for much longer.
It's the funny thing because it's tough. It's like, would you say it flopped because of him or because the brand of Harold and the Purple Crown didn't hit?
As horrible as it is to say, like, I think it's both, but as horrible as it is to say...
yeah, I think it probably is.
I think that there are just some actors that people don't gravitate towards watching. There are just some that... There are some that work, and...
Some that draw people out to go to the movies, and some that don't.
Exactly. You know?
Oh, poor Zach.
I just don't think... I'm sorry, Zach. I just don't think... It's sad as well. Like he's really close with, I think it's David Zaslav and James Gunn.
Oh, the
David Zaslav,
Warner Brothers guys or whatever. Yeah,
yeah. Like he's trying really hard to get into the new James Gunn universe, but I don't think it's going very well. I'm sorry, Zach. I just don't think they want him.
I thought you were gonna quit.
Poor Zach.
He ain't. That's the thing. He's a determined guy. I kind of feel sorry for him.
Well, what are you supposed to do? You're supposed to just retire? Like, he can't really do something else at this point. He's such a big actor. You've kind of got to stay in the industry. But I think you're right. I reckon he would be a lot better off if he went into doing more, like, smaller indie films type of thing.
Well, we spoke about Nicolas Cage last week. There was a point in Nicolas Cage's career where it wasn't going great, and that's what he did.
Yeah, you pivot. You go into movies that people actually like.
Zachary Levi needs like a Uncut Gems or something.
Yeah, I feel like part of the problem too is that it's sort of that Hollywood game where you're risking it all because you are betting your stardom on the movie. Whereas something like Uncut Gems or Long Legs, you know, those movies get a boost by having Adam Sandler and Nick Cage in it, but it's not like riding entirely on those two actors for the movie to succeed, I guess.
Here I am.
So it's kind of an interesting, I don't know, it's...
I love movies that save careers. Like Good Time.
Yeah, and I could see Zach doing a movie like that, but whatever schlop he's doing now, it's just...
Everyone loves a comeback. Yeah.
It became a meme.
It became a meme. Okay.
It became a meme.
Mr. Levi, I recommend just not doing this slop. And I do kind of feel sorry for him. He's giving me that sad puppy eye look. Poor Zachary.
5'3" and an attitude.
He has got an attitude.
People
who've seen the movie.
He is pretty tall, though. So
people who've seen the movie say it's better. Sorry, Zach.
Yeah, that's the box office numbers. Right?
Yeah, it really was. Not even the kids want to go see it.
Poor Zach. Unlucky pal. Well,
maybe next time.
Yeah, maybe next time. Maybe next blockbuster.
Oh, Zach.
Ah, poor fella.
Maybe next time.
Indeed.
Keep trying. So. You can keep trying. I'm not mad. You can keep trying.
You know, plenty of people do something for years and they just keep trying. They do it again and again. And I think this next guy that we're going to talk about has been persistent. Yeah. You know, you can't say... If there's anything you can say about Joe Rogan, it's not that he's inconsistent. I mean, the man has put out, 3-hour podcasts multiple times a week for years now.
Well, it is his job.
He
It'd be easier to
it.
do it when it is your job.
When you're being paid hundreds of millions. That's true. Yeah, that's a good point.
We do this in our spare time.
Well, what about
frankly.
So what about Joe's stand-up career? I mean, that is a passion project, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, a waste of time if you ask me.
So Joe the Bro Rogan has.
I like that.
Yeah, right off the top of my head, that one.
All right.
He has come
Settle
out.
down.
Yeah, I know. There's a brand new comedy special.
Yes.
With Joe Rogan.
Burn the boats.
I don't know why that one accidentally starts playing.
What an odd picture of him.
Yeah, so this.
He looks high as fuck.
This is the trailer for his comedy special. I've removed the audio so that we don't get copyrighted, but I will say it's a lot funnier without the music. So
Okay.
let's see what this trailer
what
tells
I'm
us
talking
about
about?
Joe's upcoming special, Burn the Boats.
Well, it's already come out. But yeah.
Gentlemen, give it up for Joe Rogan.
His first special in 6 years.
You got to hear this this scream. Yeah!
Yeah!
Okay,
It sounds better with the music. It's still in there.
Have you got that? Have you got
I
that?
should clip that. Yeah.
Yeah, you did
Yeah!
Can you play that again? Yeah.
Give it up for Joe Rogan.
Yeah! Don't get mad at me. You knew why you came here.
And it's just him screaming into a mic. It's just images of
Don't
him
get mad at me. You know why you came here.
Oh, God.
Woo! Feel that? That's some ride home arguments in the air.
Jeez, Joe. Oh, come on, man.
Jokes, folks. Just jokes.
Okay, that's soundbite heaven right there. That's soundbite heaven.
It's jokes, folks. It's just jokes. Yeah, that is.
Just jokes.
Oh, God.
Oh,
So,
God.
Joe wants you to know that it's just jokes.
And burn the boats.
But also, yeah, burn the boats, which is like, I feel like that's quite a political like phrase, I guess, because that's like a
I thought so, but I think
anti-immigrant thing, I think.
I don't think he spoke about anything like that in it. I didn't watch it. I don't give a shit.
Well, okay, so you want to watch some clips?
Yeah, so this
to
was
get the idea.
So this was last Sunday and it was live streamed.
Right, that's
And
right.
I generally think he was super nervous.
I think so.
I think you can tell.
It's obviously a big I don't want to say responsibility, but it's like a big, event for Netflix, a live stream with a big comedian like this.
Well, I think the only person who did it before him was Chris Rock.
Yeah, that's right. But I mean,
And
because
by the way, Rock did it so flawlessly.
I could be wrong, but Netflix has live streamed other events though, right? They've
I think they've done a few sports things.
Yeah, they've done some stuff like in the live streaming world outside of comedy. But
How do you go from Chris Rock to Joe Rogan? How does
was
that?
like no one
whose
else
idea-
willing to do a live?
It obviously would be
special?
it would be very scary,
Yeah, definitely, and it's a lot of pressure.
and I think
for
you
sure.
can tell he's nervous because he's got sweat. Also, he's dressed so terribly.
You can see sweat on his.
I think
yeah.
it's a meme that in his last special, he was dressed in a similar shirt, but it was black and it was super tight, and it looked terrible. Like I don't know why he dresses like this.
Yeah, his dress sense is very odd.
The boobs,
Because he doesn't really look like cool. He doesn't look uncool, but he just looks kind of odd. Like his clothes don't seem to be
I hate Joe Rogan. I'm going to be honest.
well fitted.
No.
Yeah, let's just see what he has to. Let's see his stand-up style.
Always a few sizes too small.
The easiest way for me to die is if I die from COVID. Don't think I didn't think it. When I got COVID, the first thought I had was like, oh my God, you better not die. I talk so much shit.
The way he looks so manic. Like he looks so intense.
He looks like he's tweaking and
"Ah!"
stuff.
Yeah. It's like, damn, dude. Shit, did you
This
just
shit is
snort
just-
the COVID vaccine? Like, why are you so high right now?
Like he's not funny though. That's the thing. Like if he didn't have this I'm convinced a lot of people probably just go to his stand-up shows because they like Joe Rogan. They just want to see him in person.
Yeah.
Like,
yes.
I don't think it has anything to do with the fact that he's not funny.
It's not even a comedy thing. They just want to see
exactly.
him.
They just want to see him because they're just a fan of his show. Like, I don't hear anyone say I'm a fan of his comedy.
His comedy does seem to me to be very much like, yeah, this image is a good, like, just him shouting into the microphone. Rah! You know, it's like, okay.
What if I died of COVID?
I talked so much shit. If I died from COVID, the memes would never end.
The memes would never
Sure.
end. Great. Thanks, Joe.
Sure.
I love this style of joke where it's like, I want you to think about a joke that's funnier than the joke I'm telling right now.
Right.
You know, he's like, think
Yeah.
about how funny
Think about
the
how
memes
funny it would have been if
would
something
be.
else happened. Yeah. Yeah.
Think about how funny it would be if something actually funny happened.
It's just so dumb.
Instead of me doing stand-up right now.
Look what he's wearing. It's just so odd.
I know. It's so odd.
He just looks so strange.
The white sneakers and the jeans. It's just a
the
random
sweat as
fit.
well.
And the shiny dome, you know.
I get
like,
he's nervous. It must
God.
be so nerve-wracking. But like, yeah.
It's just so
I will
funny.
play devil's advocate a little bit. Like, it must be super scary.
Yeah, and like the arms on his shirt are really baggy, but like the cuff is like undone. It's just the most bizarre fit I've ever seen.
Didn't he say like he's been testing this shit out on the road as well? Like, it's
Well, he
just
has a
funny.
club in Texas, doesn't he? So he probably gets
Yeah,
up on
the
stage.
mothership.
Yeah, he probably doesn't have to go on the road. He probably just, because he has the club near where he lives, he probably just goes, performs when he wants to. And that's the thing as well.
Good
I
on
feel
you,
like
Joe.
I doubt that he's I doubt that he's having to actually workshop his comedy in any kind of a hostile environment. You know, it's like he's telling jokes to people who will laugh at him doing anything. Do you know what I mean?
Of course,
So
because
there's
they're just a fan of his show.
I feel like there's not a good feedback loop for him to actually develop good jokes because they'll laugh at anything he says. The joke doesn't have to be good, and so he doesn't get a proper like.
Nah. I get what you mean. I definitely agree.
Sad.
He's just a twat.
Well, let's see what he has to say here.
What?
This is so. Just quickly, this clip, I'm pretty sure that clip we played before, that was an official promotional clip from
Right.
Netflix.
That's all you got?
This clip, I believe, was a fan that put this clip together and cut it. So it's got a couple of weird zooms and stuff, but it does look it's kind of a funny edit. So I thought I'd play it for us. But
What's that all about? The alien anal probe. We all know. Why do we know that? Why is that always a part of the story? Because I think it makes the story more ridiculous.
What is he doing?
I actually have no idea.
Where is this going?
What are you on about, Joe?
Where
Yeah,
is this
he's
going?
talking about. So this is the other thing. I guess part of his audience that he's cultivated is like the alien conspiracy theory.
Yes. Well, that's why I call it the mothership and stuff.
Yeah. God.
Yeah.
Jesus, I didn't even think.
It's the UFO
that's
and
so,
stuff. Yeah.
That's so lame, dude.
He's super into like aliens and shit.
God, man, criminy.
The alien conspiracy theorist. Yeah. That's a good
Well,
way of
let's
putting
see
it.
what he has. Let's see what his theory is.
Makes people less likely to believe. I think they're sitting in the spaceship going, what if somebody believes him? Put something in his ass. Make him love it. Make him just jizz all over himself. Just, oh, Jesus! Oh, God!
I do find it.
What is this?
When a comedian
This is-
chooses to
This
do
isn't
like,
funny. Am I nuts? Do people find this funny?
I don't know, man. When a comedian chooses to do a cum bit,
You're a fan or?
no, I'm not. Frankly, you have to show us your cum face in your set, like.
I think they're sitting in the spaceship going, what if somebody believes him? Put something in his ass. Make him love it. Make him just jizz all over himself. Just, oh, Jesus! Oh, God!
It's so insane.
Imagine if you have your greatest orgasm ever on an operating table on a spaceship. Oh, Jesus! You're going to leave that
He's an
part
ape,
out.
isn't
He is literally an ape. Yeah.
he? He's just a bald ape. The Joe Rogan experience.
God, what a character, man.
He's a bald ape.
Your story's always going to seem suspect. People are going to go, is that all that happened? That's everything. That's the whole story.
Nah. Who's laughing at this? I'm serious. Like, what's so funny about this? I don't get
Texans, man.
I get like comedy subjective. I get it. Okay. But I generally do just think they're just a fan of him as a person. not as a stand-up comedian.
Yeah, they like his brand, right?
And they want him to like the crowd. They want him to be like, that's one of the best shows I've done. They're gonna fucking laugh at his jokes, even if they don't find it funny.
That's the funny thing. It's like they want to give him a good time as well as him giving them a good time. But it's like, you buy the ticket. Like, you bought the ticket. He's supposed to give you entertainment as the audience. Like, you don't have to laugh at his shitty jokes just because you've listened to his podcast, you know?
I remember on the last Jim Jeffries Netflix special, there was a guy at the front, and there were people like sat at tables. There was a guy at the front, and I guess he must have been doing it for a meme, or maybe he just got dragged along. But he just sat there the whole time, like, not laughing. He was just like, just dead still.
Oh boy!
And every time they cut to like a wide, I would always look at him because he just wasn't laughing, or like
he was just sitting there, just.
It's like, I do think a lot of the time these people go because they just like the person. They might not be thinking what they're saying is funny necessarily, but they're just like, they laugh because they like the person and they want to.
When it's like they want to be a part of it, they want to be able to say, "Oh, I saw Joe Rogan," you know.
I did see one point that he made a joke, and for like a good second, no one laughed. Like, people didn't know if it was like a punchline or not. I did see that. People didn't know to laugh.
Cringe, man.
Basically.
Cringe.
It was like a minute silence, and then people were like, yeah.
Also, kind of the premise of this particular bit is like, haha, anal penetration is funny. yeah, exactly. It's like, oh, you take it up the ass? Lol. Okay, good one, Joe.
Maybe that's how they get our DNA, you know?
Maybe.
That's how they get cum out of donkeys.
Yeah?
I used to host Fear Factor. And
That's when people clap and go,
Yeah. Wow, yeah, I love that show.
that's how we know him. That's where we know him from.
Yeah, wow.
I used to host Fear Factor.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Yeah, I appreciate that.
Here's a true story. Fear Factor was canceled because we made people drink donkey cum.
That is actually a true story, and that was the reason they got cancelled. Or at least Joe's run of it.
So I think I'm the only guy in the history of Hollywood that lost a job because people had to drink cum. Usually that's how you get a job.
That's all right, joke, actually. That was all right.
Is it? I mean, I guess.
That was kind of funny. I'll give him that one. That was all right.
I mean, it's like...
That's a kind of unique
Joe,
situation.
You didn't have to suck cock to get your job, like...
That's
great.
a kind of unique situation to get fired. That's kind of... That's. I'm giving that joke a 4 out of 10.
I guess so, but I find it funny that you notice, like, I feel like there's a funny story there, but he just tells the story like he doesn't tell the story as a joke. He just says, we gave a guy donkey cum and the show ended. Like,
that is really why it ended?
I believe that, yeah, I believe, so they do the different challenges.
I'm gonna come.
I don't know if that was specifically why it ended, but I think that was one of the last things that they did, and it was sort of...
Do not come.
I believe it had gotten to a point where they were like, this is a bit too crazy.
Do not come.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do not drink donkey cum.
Have you ever seen Fear Factor? I've seen a few episodes.
I've seen bits of it. It's gross. I get why people like it.
I could never watch it. It's like gross bugs and stuff. It's like, why would... to prove
to see Joe Rogan, that's why you'd watch it.
Wasn't it like to prove you're the #1 Fear Factor guy or gal?
You have the fear factor. It's like the X Factor.
Would you win a prize?
It's like the X Factor, but for fear.
Was it a new group of people every time?
I think you would win a prize, and
Right.
well, it was like any game show. I think it would be like a group of people, and it would whittle down to the winner.
Right. Okay.
And then
It wasn't like a new group every week. Okay.
Yeah, they would repeat that until. Well, I mean, I don't know
It
if
wasn't
they
like
would.
4 or 3 people every week. It was a whole group.
I think maybe it would be like a few episodes, and then you would find. I don't know.
He had hair then, didn't he? He did, didn't he?
Come on, don't go after my boy Joey for his dome.
I'm just curious. I think he did have hair then.
I don't think he did.
Yeah.
Did he really?
Yeah.
What did he look like with hair?
Kind of weird. It's not really what you'd expect, I suppose.
Right.
He used to have like kind of like black hair.
Black hair?
Yeah.
Oh, he did, didn't
Yeah.
he? Okay, let me the audience
It's kind of
deserves
weird.
to see.
It's kind of weird. I don't know.
Can I?
Everyone used to say how handsome he was back in the day.
That's not what we should be showing.
For a laugh.
There we go. Joe Rogan hair.
Yeah.
Oh, got some conspiracy over here.
Yeah.
That he's got some kind of a hair transplant. No, I mean, okay. I think he looks fine bald. Like, I don't think for some guys they can pull off bald, and I'll give it to Joe. He can pull off bald. You know. There's a lot of things to hate on Joe for, and I won't.
Look at that. They have a graph of like his hair slowly going.
What is it? Yeah, throughout the years.
Yeah.
Wow. The beard. What do you think of the beard? Do you reckon he should... I feel like his beard is more grey now, isn't it?
Look, man, if I was bald, I would grow out a beard. I don't want to be like... I need some hair on my body.
True.
That's just my personal opinion. Sorry, Joe. I hope you're okay. I know we've been slagging you off a little bit today.
Oh, it's all good fun and games, isn't it? Well,
that's just
if we really want something to make fun of Joe for, and I guess this will be the end of the Joe segment, but it'll also set up our next segment. This, outside of the realm of comedy, this is the funny thing. Joe's a comedian, but he doesn't just stick to comedy, which I think is fine. I think you're allowed to be political and have opinions, but it's just funny that it's like an election in America, and this guy who's a comedian has a weirdly outsized effect on who people are going to vote for. He's a comedian, and people...
Thank you, Dan.
A lot of people care about his political opinions.
Well, they've always got to fucking stick their opinion in somewhere, you know?
Yeah. I just find it funny that people get influenced by a podcaster they listen to. You know? Like, I think Joe
that's the
is
day and age we
entitled...
live in, isn't it?
Yeah, look, I do think Joe's entitled to have his opinion, but like, why do people take that as like a political compass? It's like, oh, Joe believes this, then I'm going to believe that as well. So, okay.
Yeah, it's like when Macklemore said he was going to vote for Hillary.
Thank you, Macklemore.
People care about what he says, I suppose.
You've shown me the way.
Yeah.
Ben Haggerty.
Yeah, thanks, Ben.
Well, let's see what Joe... Let's see
who's Joe endorsing.
Yeah, for the 2024 presidential election. Let's see.
It's what they do. That's politics. They do it on the left. They do it on the right. They gaslight you. They manipulate you. They promote narratives.
I love this shtick he's going for.
Base Joe over here.
I love this shtick he's going for. I'm neither left nor right. They're both terrible sides equally. And I'm a pure centrist. Got no affiliations. It's just like, come on, Joe.
And the only one who's not doing that is Robert F. Kennedy Jr.
You a fan?
Yeah, I am a fan. Yeah.
Robbie!
He's the only one that makes sense to me. He's the only one that he doesn't attack people. He attacks actions and ideas, but he's much more reasonable and intelligent.
He attacks actions and ideas.
Yeah, that's... I find that to be an odd one. Like, okay. Okay, Joey. Your boy RFK is a...
Has he had RFK on?
I think he did. And they talked about the blood-brain barrier and all this shit. Joe... yeah, I haven't practiced my RFK impression, so... yeah, okay. There you go.
Joe Rogan.
Nice. Yeah, it's almost like a sponge. It's like an old SpongeBob.
Yeah. Yeah.
You start with the
yeah.
and then you go,
Tom Kenny does that,
yeah.
He does the laugh. He does the smack hunter. Yeah.
Are we impressionists now? We should get Lorne Michaels on the phone.
You know what I'm talking about?
Lorne.
The guy was an environmental attorney and cleaned up the East River. I mean, he's a legitimate guy. Before
he's a legitimate guy, as opposed to what, an illegitimate guy.
Yeah, everyone else.
He's a criminal.
Before anybody started calling him an anti-vaxxer, which I thought he was too. I thought he was this nut. This like
he is. What are you talking about?
What is this? I thought he was.
What do you mean?
Like,
he is.
What? And by the way, look, whether you think RFK is crazy or not, he is an anti-vaxxer. Like, that's just a fact. You might agree with his
What's that vax doing to you?
Yeah.
It's killing us.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, man. So there's Joey. I don't think there's really much more in this clip. He just goes on to...
endorse him more.
He does say something about his book, which I think is funny.
Conspiracy theorist nut until I read his book. I read The Real Anthony Fauci, and I'm like, what is...
The Real Anthony Fauci. That's such an insane... Anthony Fauci was like a health minister for America for like, for a couple of years, but during COVID. And it's like, so this one guy's the pinnacle of your conspiracy. Like, it's
people
so...
love Joe Rogan because like he read books, he eat meat, he lift dumbbell,
he shoot elk.
Yeah, he talk about UFC.
Yeah,
you know, he's the equivalent of he's like the golden standard of what like a man should be.
He's the everyday American man.
Yeah,
exactly. The red-blooded American male.
People just inspire to be like him, you know.
How much of this is real? Because if
he says something about the book, which I find this is such a funny comment. Just listen to what he says about. He's basically like, if he lied in his book, he would have been sued. And the fact that he hasn't been sued means it must all be true. That's like true. His logic.
That can't
it's all
be true.
Real. This is fucking insane. And we live in a world where we're being manipulated by these health organizations that are being paid by the pharmaceutical drug interests. And these pharmaceutical drug companies are pumping these products out into the population and telling us that we need them. And then
it's like, Joe, you're already sounding like
what's
you're
the alternative?
on the conspiracy.
We'll just die.
Yeah, what are you talking about? Where are you supposed to get drugs other than drug companies? Like, exactly. I don't understand what even is your logic here, man.
I know a few people who are like in real life who are super into like you know, plant medication and stuff, and you know,
weed?
Nah, just like, you know, they have this way of like curing cancer.
Oh, like herbal,
herbal, yeah. They have like they think cancers can be cured by it, and it's just.
Look, I
don't know, man.
I
it's
definitely
just a bit hokey pokey to me.
Look, I definitely share some criticisms Joe has of the pharmaceutical companies. There's ways to criticize them, but it's like they're not bad because they don't do what they're supposed to do. They do the drug stuff they're supposed to do. The bad part about them is that they, you know, want to make money at all.
Profit off of it.
Yeah, exactly. They want to profit at any corner possible. It's like, can we talk about that, my dude?
Insane amounts of money, and then also the government is in on it, and also they share.
That's such a conspiracy. You just throw that at the end. The government's in on it.
A patent with Moderna, and also they share profits, and there's $700 million, 700. I mean, however much money was made, whatever the number is that these guys made off of these products. Like, this is all of it is fucking crazy. There's the revolving door between the CDC and the FDA and then these pharmaceutical drug companies. So the people that make the regulations then go on to have these cushy jobs with the pharmaceutical drug corporations. Like, oh, nothing to see here. It's like it's open. It's right out in the open.
Right.
And when he talks about all that stuff in his book, you're just like, what the fuck, man? If this wasn't true, he would be sued.
Yeah, but
so it seems to be true.
Yeah,
that's not how lying works. I feel like people can lie and not get sued. And listen, what he said is not totally wrong. There is a problem with politicians and high-level drug companies like having a bit of a revolving door. But that doesn't mean no drugs work, man. That doesn't mean that like no drug that a pharmaceutical company makes has any value. Ooh. Do you know what that is, Connor?
No, I forgot you have a doorbell.
Stall for us.
Stall? All right. There's someone at the door. Oh boy, I was going to switch to me, but it doesn't work anymore. Dan has gone to get something. What could this be? Let's all ponder. There's someone at the door. He's coming back in. What is it, D? KFC.
You know what I'm talking about?
KFC.
So
you know I'm a vegetarian.
We can.
How am I supposed to eat this?
We can get to RFK next. However, now, we just got a live delivery on the show.
Right. So that's what you were doing on your phone. I thought you were doing some other chicanery.
No, I was ordering us food.
Okay.
So that we can partake in a good old segment of a good old classic.
Oh no, what is this?
Tack or treat, baby.
Wait, what are they?
So
is there chicken in it?
No.
All
this
right,
is an order from KFC.
So I can have it. That's great.
I was deliberate to make sure it's vegetarian. This is
cool.
not
Thank you.
no meat. And I'm really curious to see what you think about this.
All right.
So this is a new product
Yeah.
that KFC's just released.
Yeah.
KFC in Australia, for those curious. And it is actually a sweet
Hey.
treat.
Okay. I like dessert.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
It's come in a lovely KFC box. And I will go ahead and read
What is this?
the description for you. This
Oh my god.
goes by the name of fried cookie dough.
Oh, okay. Fried cookie dough.
Yes. I'll show you the there.
It looks like popcorn chicken.
It does. It really does. So
Okay.
the description here is quieten your cravings
Yeah.
with bites of fried cookie dough. It's real mouth-melting, gooey, fried chocolate chip goodness. Damn. Not everywhere and not forever.
Damn. Is that what it
Damn.
says?
Yeah, it says damn in the description.
Damn.
Damn.
Not everywhere
And
and not
forever.
forever. So
Yeah.
is it just exclusive KFC restaurants that have it? Not everywhere?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, we got one of the special locations, I
Wow,
guess. Yeah.
okay. Fried cookie dough.
Yes.
Okay.
So here,
Is it fresh out the
Let's see
old
if the
deep fryer?
fresh out the deep fryer. Yeah, exactly. All right, we don't
By
have
the way,
that.
folks, our stream deck isn't working today, so
Unfortunately,
if
yes.
there's a bit of
So
confusion,
we'll
that's
show you
why.
guys the product here. You can see that it does literally look like big
the hell is
popcorn chicken pieces. It's funny.
Yeah,
Would you like
right.
to take one?
Sure, I'll take one. Thank you.
So this is a fried cookie dough ball. You've had cookie dough. You know what that's
Yeah,
like.
yeah, I've had cookie dough.
Well, let's go ahead and
All right.
cheers, my friend.
Cheers.
Cheers. Have some of
Do you
the
take it
sweet
on one?
treat. You can, yeah, if you like to. I'm gonna take it in half. See the inside. It was cookie doughy. You know, nice and sweet. Crunchy. You got the fried.
How do
My
they make
goodness.
these? Just like
It's a good question because you get cookie dough. I don't know if they get the cookie dough and just plop it in the fryer. I don't know.
but
Oh,
so they wrap it in batter
I guess so.
and
Yeah,
then throw it in.
they must.
It's alright actually.
Yeah, it's
It's
kind of interesting.
it's deep fried cookie dough.
Yeah, exactly.
It's more chocolatey than I thought. I thought it'd be
more doughy.
yeah, the doughy, yeah, doughy.
Yeah, it's got kind of a funny. Yeah,
That's alright actually. I can
very
see that.
interesting.
I can see that as a nice side. In the old,
Yeah, it's funny because it is sweet, so it's not quite. Wouldn't really go with like savory stuff, but
I haven't eaten at KFC in so long, obviously. So, but I could see a regular Joe eating this. I could see it as a good side.
yeah, I think that's fair.
That's all right, actually.
So what's the verdict? What's the
I don't
verdict
know.
on
I don't know what to think. I don't know what I was expected.
It is kind of a. It does surprise you a bit. Hey,
It's definitely. I know it's like you can definitely tell it's deep fried. It's nice though. I like that.
that's true. I'll give you that. It does have that kind of fried vibe, but
It's nice.
it's tasty.
Thank you for that.
Yeah. No,
I
thank
love
you.
that you just got it. You just got that delivered.
Yeah, I thought why not? Why not have a bit of fun
Thank
with
you
it?
so
you know?
much. The old deep fried cookie dough.
Yeah. Cheers. Cheers to that. Cheers to you guys. Thank you, folks.
I don't know what to think about that. I like it. I think. It's an odd thing. Like you wouldn't expect them to do something like that.
No, you wouldn't.
Where did that come from? Deep fried cookie dough.
I don't know. And also, it makes me wonder, like, that's got to add something to the supply chain because now they got to get cookie dough
Yeah.
delivered as well as like chicken and chips and all that shit. So
Yeah, you used to work at KFC, so you know how it all works.
yeah, I know some of the. I got some behind the scenes tricks of the trade.
Yeah.
You know, yeah.
You saw how it all... Did you see all the...
I didn't get the spices though. I don't. I still.
No, I don't think they tell
never
anyone.
showed me that shit.
They don't tell
Yeah.
anyone that. It's a secret.
I was like, can I at least know like 3 of them? They're like, no.
Did you get like every day they'd come in with shipments and stuff?
For KFC? No. So as far as I remember, there's like a big freezer. So it would be, I don't want to say weekly, probably more than weekly, but every couple of days you get a shipment and you would put a bunch of chicken and chips and stuff in the freezer. So then throughout the week, you would take them out. And then once that gets low, obviously you get a new shipment in.
And someone stocked it all up.
Yeah. And the freezer at the back would just keep it all cold and, not getting salmonella,
Interesting place to work, probably.
Yeah.
Do you miss working there?
At KFC?
Yeah.
It's one of those.
Sometimes I forget you worked there. That's crazy.
It's kind of funny. It's like I look back on it and I think because I worked there when I was in my kind of late teens, it was probably more stressful than it like had to be or than it was, just because, you're a kid and you kind of, you almost stress more about situations even when you don't need to. Like if I was in that job now, I could probably handle it a lot better just because I'm more mature and I know how to. I remember it being very chaotic just because you got a lot of teenagers there.
Oh, well, I reckon
you got customers asking questions. You've got to run
fast
around.
Food would be that easy. It doesn't seem like an easy job to work.
No.
You have to do like rush hour, the morning rush,
God,
the
it's
afternoon
awful.
rush, the dinner rush.
No, I'm glad I don't work there now. And frankly, I mean, I know some people do, like some adults do live on a KFC paycheck, but that's not something I'd be interested in at this point in my life.
Were you there for 3 years?
I was, from like 2015 to 2018. So yeah, three years. Yeah.
Wow.
Started there when I was 15, baby.
Wow. So you left when you were like 18.
Yeah. That's what I mean. It was like a very like hormonal, crazy, like teenage time of my life, So yeah, wild times, man. I tell you what.
Good old KFC.
Yeah, that's right. Sweet as these cookie dough.
Do you still have your shirt?
I think I do actually. Yeah, it's like. I think even to this day it's got grease.
Shirt. I can't get rid of it. I'm like, this is a piece of history right here.
Yeah, and I think honestly, even to this day, it's still got like grease stains and everything.
Nice.
But that's KFC.
Did you have to pay for your shirt? I had to pay for mine.
No, we got given out.
Bastards. They're like, oh, by the way, you have to pay for the shirt that we're making you wear.
The uniform that like we won't let you wear anything else. Yeah, crazy.
They made me pay for it. It was like $60.
Wow, rip, my friend.
Which is probably what I was making in like fucking 3-4 hours.
Yeah, that'll be 3 hours of your wages.
Yeah, exactly. So, I don't know, there's some bastards.
They may as well put you in a bloody sweatshop and
I know. There's
sew the shirt yourself.
They're like, oh, we're making you wear it, but also you have to pay for it. It was so bad.
Come on.
Cheeky fuckers.
Oh, jeez. Well, okay, let's
do RFK Jr, mate.
Yeah, let's do some RFK. Sorry, folks, I was just looking at the old log, the old run sheet. Let's talk about Rabbit F. Kennedy Jr., folks. Rabbit F. He is a presidential candidate running for office.
Not anymore.
Yeah.
No, he's still running.
Yeah.
He ain't gonna win though, is he?
No. He's a third party candidate. So in America, like the two main candidates are it's obviously going to be one or the other. Third parties are allowed to run. Usually it's a Libertarian Party or Green Party. RFK, I think, is just running as like his own thing.
Try not to do the voice, Dan.
Oh, I'll restrain myself.
Yeah, restrain yourself.
The thing is, I'll just say this quickly before we get into this video, the RFK bear story. I think the funny thing with RFK is that he does come from a political dynasty, because he's a Kennedy. And the Kennedys were like the Bushes or the Clintons. Like they were like a huge political family.
Didn't all of them die they all had tragic deaths?
Yeah, JFK was assassinated. Obviously.
One died in a plane, didn't he?
I think it was a car or something, a car crash.
I think one of them was piloting a thing and it crashed.
So I believe RFK Sr., his dad, he was a senator. He was assassinated. So yeah, there's been assassinations, there's been deaths, there's been all sorts in the Kennedy family.
Do you like beer, Senator?
It's a storied history. And, RFK is just such a... I think, I hate to say it, but I do feel like he's a very, pampered, rich boy. You know what I mean? Well, he's a Kennedy. He grew up in one of the richest political families in history.
That's true.
Of course he's going to grow up with... He probably grew up with, maybe not full Secret Service protection, but you know, definitely guards around constantly. Like, anyway, his campaign for president has been interesting. We talked recently about his brainworms. We did discuss that. And he's just kind of an interesting character in this election cycle where he's just there. Like, he's not going to win. He's not going to be the president, but he's just around.
He hangs about, man.
Yeah, he's just around, just kind of hanging out and making us all laugh. So let's see what shenanigans he got up to this week. For some reason, Roseanne Barr is in this video. That's Roseanne there.
Roseanne Barr, okay.
I don't know why she's with him. I don't know if she's just hanging out with him or if he called her.
She's a supporter, probably.
But did he call her specifically for this video?
They might just be hanging out.
Or did she just happen to be there? I don't know.
A group of people falconing and up in Goshen, New York, up in the Hudson Valley.
So first of all, I don't know what he means by falconing. They were going falconing. Do you know what that is?
Shooting falcons.
Probably, yeah.
And I was supposed to meet them there at like maybe 8 or 9. I was driving up maybe, really early, like 7. And that woman in a van in front of me hit a bear and killed it.
Okay, so it is not the easiest video to understand audio-wise, so we'll do a little bit of a recap because, there's subtitles as well, but...
I know the story from H3 because I heard them talk about it this week.
Yeah, so he claims he saw someone hit a bear, and I love Roseanne looking at him like, is that really what happened?
Is this going anywhere? That's what she's thinking.
Yeah, and so he claims he hit a bear.
Yeah.
And it... Oh, sorry, no, he didn't hit the bear.
Someone else hit the bear.
He saw someone else hit the bear, and
yes.
He saw the dead bear, which is already a bit sus, but let's see.
A young bear. So I...
Oh, a young bear. Yeah, it was a baby bear.
It was a cub, yeah.
Pulled over and...
Also, sorry, just quickly. Do you see there's like some random babysitter in the back?
What's up with his fingers as well?
Everything about this video is so bizarre.
Like, look at his fingers, like down the bottom.
Oh, yeah.
They look really weird.
So that's the thing. The camera is weird. Roseanne's just oddly staring at him.
Is someone just recording this for his socials? Just like, this is a story that
you
people
can see it's
like.
on his Instagram.
True.
But and then there's just some random woman babysitting a baby in the background. It's just so bizarre.
I picked up the bear and put him in the back of my van because I was going to skin the bear. And it was very good condition. And I was going to put the meat in my refrigerator. And you can do that.
Why did you do that?
What?
I don't know why you do that.
So he said he wanted to skin the bear and keep the meat.
Right. I don't
What
know
on
why.
earth?
Can you eat bear meat? I didn't know that was a thing.
From what I understand, bears are notoriously not a great meat to eat. Like, I guess you can, but it's not easy. Like, you have to do a lot of work to make sure it doesn't give you brainworms, but maybe it did.
This is why he has it, because he's eating shit like that.
Yeah, exactly. He's just picking up dead bears off the side of the road.
In New York City, you can get a bear tag for a roadkill bear. And so then we went hawking, and I had the bear in my car.
Okay, good.
And
Why? He's falconing, he's hawking. It's just so odd.
I went hawk touring.
Jesus Christ.
we had a really good day, and we went late. We were catching a lot of game, and the people really loved it, so we stayed late. And instead of going back to my home in Westchester, I had to go right to the city because there was a dinner at Peter Luger's Steakhouse.
Classic as well. As far as I understand, Peter Luger Steakhouse is like a very fancy, very like rich people.
It's funny. He's come back from shooting animals and skinning a bear and putting the meat into a freezer to then go to a steakhouse.
Yeah,
the man just loves his meat.
I saw people joke. They were like, he doesn't know that when you're really rich, you can just take the bear straight to the steakhouse. They'll cook.
They'll do it for you.
They'll do it for you, man.
And at the end of the dinner, it went late, and I realized I couldn't go home. I had to go to the airport. And the bear was in my car, and I didn't want to leave the bear in the car.
The most convoluted story.
What is going on?
He had a dinner. He had to go to the airport next. He somehow had a bear in his car, so we had to get rid of the bear.
The dinner went over. He's now catching a flight for some reason.
Because that would have been bad. So then I thought, at that time, this was a little bit of the redneck in me. There'd been
Where's Cheryl?
The redneck in you? Bro, that's what I'm saying. This guy grew up as a fucking Kennedy. Bro's never been a redneck in his life. Like, what are we talking about?
I want to hear Cheryl's side of the story.
Yeah, Cheryl must have been there during all this.
a series of bicycle accidents in New York. They had just put in the bike lanes. and saw a couple of people that got killed, and it was every day, and people had gotten badly injured. Every day it was in the press. And so I thought, I wasn't drinking, of course, but people were drinking with me who thought this was a good idea.
Even Roseanne doesn't believe that shit.
I love how he's like, I wasn't drinking.
I definitely wasn't drunk.
Everyone else around me was. I wasn't.
Yes, even though I'm a notorious drug user and alcoholic, which we're going to get to in a minute. I was not drinking at all. And we all thought it would be just really funny to dump this bear carcass in Central Park.
And I said, well, I had an old bike in my car that somebody asked me to get rid of it. I said, let's go.
And he has an old bike in his car to get rid of? Like, what is it? He is literally the dark Larry David. Like,
he took Cheryl, you know?
He's like the anti-Larry David. He's coming into these weird scenarios. Oh, what do I do?
Put the bear in Central Park and we'll make it look like he got hit by a bike. It'll be funny for people.
So they were like, we'll frame a bike death of a bear.
So everybody thought that's a great idea. So we went and did that, and we thought it would be amusing for whoever found it or something. The next day, it was like, it was on every television station.
It'd be amusing for
I just love the idea that he just could not fathom that a dead bear in Central Park no one would care about that.
Yeah, because like, how did it get there? You know?
Yeah. Why would a bear, like, isn't a bear being in Central Park kind of news on its own? Like, you know, it's so crazy. Anyway, we don't have to play the rest. Do you want to play the rest? I mean, that's pretty much the story of that video.
Yeah.
What I wanted to add, so he posted this because there was an upcoming New Yorker article about this bear incident, but it also talked about some other stuff. And I wanted to give some details, a few details that were from that piece. Just crazy stuff that, again, I just think illustrates this guy is such an insane man, like such a crazy character. So one of the details was that he had like a very bad drug addiction, and he had been an addict to different, I want to say like opiates and cocaine and all that kind of stuff.
Right.
So one of the stories they tell in the article was that he was on a plane going to rehab. He was traveling on a plane to rehab. And on the plane, in the bathroom, he overdosed on drugs.
Jesus. Okay.
And so they had to come
and
like bring him back to life when he was on the way to rehab.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? So,
yeah.
And then there's another story. This one's actually quite dark, so I'll tell this quickly. But he was a serial and regular cheater, a philanderer.
Before Cheryl came in and changed everything.
Yeah, I guess Cheryl set him straight. Or maybe not. Maybe he still does it. I don't know. But he would cheat around a lot. This was with his previous wife. Oh, and the Kennedys have a history of that. You know, JFK would always he fucked, Marilyn Monroe?
Yeah, he used to
the Kennedys were known for being fuckboys, I guess.
Yeah.
So this guy was so wild in his years that he kept a diary of all of his sexual
mishaps,
his cheating. His ex-wife, I don't know if they were married at the time. I'm not sure. She found the diary. And there's not really any good way to say this, but she killed herself.
Oh my God.
Because of it. Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah. Like, that's so horrible, but
shit, okay.
Yeah, this guy's got a really wacky ass past.
Bruh.
Yeah.
That's pretty fucked up. Okay.
Yeah. Never ask a man his salary, a woman her age, or RFK why his wife's dead.
And we say bye-bye.
Jesus, Dan.
God, it's just insane, right? I mean...
That's so sad.
I know. So, yeah, this guy has just the craziest...
That is really sad.
Life story of all time. He's kind of done it all. And I don't know. Fuck it. Let him be president, I guess.
No, thanks. That's a good dark turn.
Yeah, it did. Well, I just had to get out all the info. You know, I am merely a vessel for information on this show.
I didn't know that. How have I not heard that?
Isn't that crazy? What a crazy story, right? Yeah.
He's a Trump fan too, isn't he?
RFK?
Yeah.
Well, he's technically running against Trump.
I know, but they called after the assassination
I think they're buddies. Yeah, I think they're buddies. But he's all over the place. When he ran at the start of this election, he ran as a Democrat against Biden because he wanted to be the Democrat. He wanted to be him versus Trump. But he left the Democrats and just did it on his own.
We love you.
Is that Trump talking to RFK? That was good. That was really good.
Thank you, Dan.
Oh, God. Wow. Well, thank you for going there with me.
Dan.
That was some real interesting stuff we got done there.
Thank you.
Do you want to hit the beer of the week?
Yeah, let's do it.
Fantastic. Let me
I drank
see.
beer
Wow,
with
it
my
is
friends.
easier when you've got the
I know it's a bit busted today,
Sometimes I had
folks.
too many
the
beers.
decky. Yeah.
Sorry,
Sometimes
we're
others
we're
did.
on it. Something happened. It was
That's
last
okay.
minute chicanery.
Sometimes I had too many beers. Sometimes others did.
All right, folks. You ready for us to get right into beer of the week? This time
With Apple.
we got Fireball. Did you see this?
Yes, I did. Just because you were bringing it in, but thank you. I'm still very 6.6.
What do you think of this?
Fuck
Yeah,
me.
so
That's insanely alcoholic. 1.8 standard drinks.
it's a Fireball, baby.
Jesus wept.
Yeah. So
Looks quite good though.
yes, I will say it is because no, actually I haven't had it yet, so I can't say that for sure.
Bro,
But
that's awesome. If you feel the drag in it, it's like
yeah, so it's got like a texture. It's literally
that's
textured.
awesome. You can feel the dragon.
It's pretty cool. Oh, I won't deny that. You know.
Even the text. That's so sick. That's awesome. All right.
I'm gonna see if I can.
Well, let's fucking go, mate.
Let's see if we can get the old
Get it
handy
going.
cam going.
Apple. Cinnamon flavored whiskey with apple.
Yes, indeed.
Oh, it smells good.
Let's see.
I think Dan got these from the local establishment, if I'm not mistaken.
I did, and I'm just trying to.
This is what happens when we lose the switcher board.
Yeah,
It
literally.
creates all this chicanery.
Oh wow, that's so funny.
What, you can bring up your phone?
I was trying to bring up the video.
6 pieces of dough.
What if I do this? Does this That's so funny. What a weird compromise we have today. But here's the dough, for anyone curious.
There's the cookie dough.
And here's the
And here's the
bloody
apple.
the drink. So we got the Fireball Man and cinnamon flavor. And yeah, like Connor said, this part is
Yeah,
textured.
it's like, yeah.
That is pretty cool. I won't
That is
diss
really
on that.
cool. I love that.
And cinnamon flavored whiskey with apple.
1.8 standard drinks.
I guess without further ado, we should go ahead and try it, shouldn't we?
Let's do it.
Would only be the polite thing to do.
I'm ready.
Cheers. Well, let's try the. I just thought the idea of cinnamon and apple was such an interesting combo. I definitely got some cinnamon and apple.
That tastes like apple juice.
Wow, that is a really interesting.
That's really
beverage.
nice.
Holy moly!
That is gorgeous.
Criminy.
Did you get these from just the one down there?
Yeah,
Okay. These are good.
I was really.
These are really good. I might get a 4-pack of these on the way home.
So my honest
These
interest.
are gorgeous.
When I saw these, I was like, I didn't even realize they did Fireball not in the spirit, like not in the full bottle.
Yeah.
So I was like, damn, like a little portable fucking Fireball.
Damn, that's really good. It always blows
That's hot.
It always blows my noggin off when
Yeah.
they're so alcoholic, but you can't tell.
Yeah.
1.8 standard drink. It just tastes like fizzy apple juice. It tastes, you know what it tastes like? It tastes like appetizer. Remember them?
Yes.
Appetizers.
Can you taste the cinnamon? Because I feel like I get the hints of cinnamon as well.
That is so nice. That's gorgeous. I might grab a 4-pack of that on the way home.
I got to agree. That's a tasty beverage.
That's gorgeous. I love that. And I love the can. That's awesome. That might be my favorite one you've ever brought in.
Wow. I do like the can as well. It's a really nice really color
nice.
And it's a nice vibe. And that texture. I feel like having a physical tactile texture on the can or on the tin, it's like it's just those little touches, I feel like.
Yeah, definitely.
You know, that can bring me over. It's like, okay.
How much was the 4-pack? Like $28 or something?
Yeah, like $20 or something, or maybe a bit more or less. I don't know.
That is so nice. I love that.
Ah, okay.
That gets
Man's happy.
That gets a seal of approval
Hell
from
yeah.
Connor. That was beautiful.
Oh, well, thank you to the folks over at Fireball.
Yeah, dude.
For such a
I love that.
Wow. I'm glad.
Just burping in the corner.
Wow. The kids love it. Everyone loves it.
I'm keeping it real here.
Wow.
We
RFK.
love you. You're very special.
RFK. We love you. You're very special.
All right, we got 2 more topics today.
Dan is going to be okay.
We got Billy. We got Creepy Billy.
Yes. Bill Maher.
Yes, and we can talk about House of the Dragon as well.
Yeah.
What do you want to
end on House of Dragon and do Billy now?
Perfect. Let's go, Billy.
Hark Tur
on that thing.
Jimmy has turned the beer music off.
Yeah, go on, because we'll jump into a reaction right now.
Easy as
we'll
that.
Stay in the good old bar though. Did we turn off the?
I turned off both. Yeah,
perfect.
No worries.
So, Bill Maher is this fella here. What do you know about Bill Maher? I mean, I'm curious.
I found out about
What's your
him.
exposure to the man?
I found out from him. I found out about him through Stern. Because I know they're mates. I think I watched the interview with them together, and then did he had a show before this one that you've got up right now, didn't he?
So this
he had
show,
a late night show.
This show he still does. He still has a late night show.
Okay,
so
that's where I saw Stern go on his show.
Yes. So this that we're looking at now is something called Club Random.
Is this his podcast or something?
This is his podcast. Yeah. Keep in mind, do you know how old Bill Maher is? 68.
Okay.
And his podcast is called Club Random.
And he smokes weed on it.
And he's exactly. He has guests on.
And just
to sit in this like dingy ass basement ass looking set.
Drink whiskey and smoke weed.
To drink whiskey and smoke weed. Yeah, that's his shtick.
Do the guests smoke weed? Is it optional for the guests to smoke weed?
Definitely. If they're named Steve-O, then they can't come anywhere near.
Yeah, if you don't know, he asked Steve-O to come on.
Yeah, dude.
And Steve-O said, "I'm a recovering drug addict. Do you mind just not smoking on this episode?" And he said, "No, I won't do that. Don't come on then."
What an insane.
He said that to a recovering drug addict.
Crazy.
No,
Crazy,
I
man.
won't do that.
So
yeah, dude.
You may already, you've probably read the run sheet, but
yeah, I've seen
there's a bit of
this
suspense because
clip.
Who could he be sitting with? Who could Bill Maher, veteran of Hollywood and entertainment, be sitting across with? You know, he's had big guests on. He's had Bill Burr. He's had Seth MacFarlane.
Quentin Tarantino.
He's had a lot of big people come on this Club Random podcast. And either they smoke weed with him and drink whiskey, or he smokes weed and drinks whiskey, and they just sit there.
Yeah.
In this interview, the person sitting with him, I think, is just sitting there. I don't think they're smoking anything.
Partaking in any.
And the person he happens to be interviewing
herbs.
is none other than, well, let's just see.
Made you suddenly famous, nothing to be ashamed of. But now we have to move past that.
I agree.
Haley.
So,
bro, can we stop with this bullshit?
He's talking to none other
than Hawk Tur.
Than the Hawk Tur girl.
Can we move on from this fucking woman? Like, can she just like move on with her life? Can we not do this anymore?
Jesus Christ.
Can we just like, why is she still... I'm farting on it. Can we just like,
you gotta give him that hawk too and spit on that thing.
great.
That's all she's done though.
That's it. Yeah, that's really it. That's the sum of her creative works right currently.
You know, she's just doing like walk-ins and stuff. She's doing like she's coming to Australia to do. I don't know.
Oh God.
Appear and be there. Is she trying to do something with her life now, or like is she just going with it? I don't know. Why are you showing me this?
Well, I'll tell you why.
Help me out here.
A few reasons. So her name is Haley. She is hey Haley. She is
Hey Haley.
So she's gotten herself like a PR team. She has like a whole PR team. And I've been seeing her post these weird ass things on Twitter where it's like, "Hey X, how y'all going?" You know? It's like super cringe like posting. And it's obviously just some traditional ass media PR firm that's like, "We're going to keep your stardom and make sure you make it in the industry."
Yeah.
And the reason I want to show you this is because, first of all, I just think it's hilariously weird that someone as industry pilled as Bill Maher.
I kind of literally see myself as a big star.
But you know what's funny is 1,000,000%. He is just horny as fuck for her right now. Like
it's very gross.
That's
actually
the entire premise, basically, of her appearance on this show is that Bill Maher just thinks she's hot and wants to fuck her. I'm assuming that. I'm inferring that. But yeah. Allegedly, yeah.
What's your last name?
Welch.
I knew that. I was testing you.
It's okay.
Is he flirting? Is he flirting with her?
No.
I had to sound out your last name earlier.
I don't expect you to know me. Most of the country does, bitch. But no, I'm kidding.
No way! No way! Are you serious?
God, he's so insane.
God, what is this guy's problem?
I know, right?
He's such a weird bloke.
God.
But you're young. You'll get there. That doesn't matter. What matters now is move.
And you see, do you notice? So two things, by the way, on this wide.
But you're young. You'll get there.
Okay. Notice him holding the joint.
Yes.
He's got like the joint, like he's like, oh, you know.
Like this, yeah.
And second of all, do you notice his book shit here? He's literally got like his book.
Oh God, that's covered by the camera. I can see it now. Right?
Yeah, his like biographical book or some shit.
Read the Bill Maher story.
He's got the little fucking plug. It's like, dude, what is going on here? Also, why is this desk in the middle so messy?
That doesn't matter. What matters now is move past. Let's call it your origin story. And it's very much like the Kardashians.
Mm-hmm.
You know origin story from comic books, right?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my Lord.
So I just thought that was so funny. That line of him saying, you know origin stories from comic books. It's the concept of an origin story is not like a comic book exclusive concept. Like, what are you talking about? Is he trying to be cool? Does he think she'll get that?
I think so, yeah.
He's like, you know, from those picture books you read, you know?
Yeah.
Okay. So what's the Kardashians' origin story?
They started out before all the plastic surgery and everything else, didn't they?
No, what's their origin story? What put them on the map?
The sex tape.
I'm not up to trends. I had to figure out who you were today. I'm so serious. I don't keep up with anything.
Oh, you're 20.
So this is part of what confuses the fuck out of me.
Yeah.
Why are you even trying to be an online person if you don't keep up with trend? Like, that's fine, but like,
because it's a job, isn't it?
But why does it have to be your job? Like, does she even want to do it? Like, if she doesn't keep up, like, does she have any interest in being in this industry? Because she seems kind of bored. You know what I mean?
Man, it's just the kind of day and age we live in.
She's just doing it to do it. Like, there's nothing else in this economy. Like,
yeah, pretty much.
It's sad, man.
You're not supposed to.
Him pouring himself the whiskey. Good.
Be disappointed if you did. But someday you will. Someday you'll be calling me and say, Bill, I'm really getting caught up on the Middle East. Can you tell me? And I'll tell you. But
great.
Are you guys? Is this a joke? Like, are you trying to do a bit right now, Bill?
I don't know.
God.
But right now, No, it was a sex tape.
Yes.
You don't know?
It was Kim's, wasn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
So you do know this.
Okay, I do know.
Okay.
I didn't know that's what like started it all for him, though.
Absolutely. And they're very nice people.
Oh yeah, I'm
Chris
sure.
has sat right in that seat. She's a, what?
She's been right here?
Many people have.
Hmm.
Even people you know. But yes.
Does it feel like we shouldn't be watching this? Like, do you know what I mean? Like, it feels like this wasn't supposed to be recorded almost.
It's just awkward, that's all.
Like, it's a weird, yeah, it is so awkward.
They're wonderful people. They're just very nice. The only thing you can get them on is the Kardashian story. It's, it's as if Spider-Man became Spider-Man because he blew a spider.
Look, he keeps trying to do jokes to her though. Look, and she's not laughing at any of them. Yeah, this is another comic book reference, and it falls so flat.
The only thing you can get them on is the Kardashian story. It's, it's as if Spider-Man became Spider-Man because he blew a spider.
She doesn't even laugh like out loud. She's just. Good God.
That's kind of the same thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Fine.
It's like that was the joke, Haley. She's
that's kind of the same thing, ain't it?
So, like, your origin story is Tuah. It's cute.
Tuah.
We must now
move forward.
Be very circumspect in how we allow people to, how long we let them play that out. And you got to play a little hardball with this. And
hardball? What are you talking about, man?
Right. Well, what does she even want to do next?
And also, why are you trying to be her manager? Like, do you know what I mean? He's like, I'm your agent now.
You know he'd love to do that.
Oh yeah, big time. Yeah, he's like, here's my number.
What does she want to do next? Like, what is she trying to?
I don't
know.
What's
she trying to do with her career?
Well, let's finish this clip. The next clip, he has a suggestion.
Right.
Insist on Haley, and that's why it's important also to figure out your next step. So that will probably come out just during the course of this conversation. It's better if it just happens organically, I find, in my mentoring life.
Also, what is this angle? Do you see that angle that's like behind the
mentoring life?
Yes, it is what it is, and it's now the next thing.
Thank you for that, Bill.
Hey, thanks for...
Oh,
hey, thanks for watching.
So, wait. I did think this was funny about the end. That's the end of the video. It ends there. But this is the official upload to his clips channel. So it cuts off.
Made you...
in the middle of him saying, like, thanks for watching.
Mentoring life.
Yes, it is what it is, and it's now the next thing. Hey, thanks for...
That's the actual upload on his channel.
This guy.
Okay. Bear with me. There's one more clip of old Billy.
The chain.
This is him.
I got it all.
Oh wait, no, sorry. It's this one. This, I believe, is him.
Do these just get released on YouTube?
Yeah,
YouTube,
I don't even know.
Spotify
Yeah, I guess so.
thing?
I guess so. That's the thing. It's like, what are you?
It's more of an in-depth chat with a guest, I suppose, rather than just a
so.
late night thing.
He's trying to do some bullshit ass Joe Rogan. You know what I mean? Like, he's trying to get that Joe Rogan money.
I hope
his HBO show isn't. Is that
what it is? HBO.
Bill's late night show.
Yeah,
his late night show's on HBO. Yeah.
Wow.
This show is just produced by him, but so this is Bill suggesting that she
He's a true goat.
Work for him in a sense.
Right.
Already. No.
What you got?
You need to do a podcast. You do it right here on Club Random. If you do
Is that
my
his,
way.
like, studio?
Yeah, that's his studio. Yeah, the Club Random studio.
I got it already. No.
What you got?
You need to do a podcast. You do it right here on Club Random. If you do it my way.
My way?
Right.
Bill.
What you doing?
Sex expert. And I'll tell you why. Wait. I'll tell you why. Because you need to, I told you were given this chip. You were given the chip of fame. Now you want to trade that in for something that uses that, but takes it to the next level. You have to, trade on what you're already known for. That's the.
So he basically is trying to say she should do a sex show.
Right.
A show about sex. In his studio.
Right, okay.
Of course.
One thing you're known for. So you could do a podcast for, like, I don't know if there's anything from somebody that age with that point of view, but it couldn't be frivolous. You have to take it seriously. Could you do that?
Possibly.
And talk about sex, but seriously, serious issues, because there are a lot of really serious issues.
Talk about.
I mean,
What
you know,
was he
there's
trying to get across here?
Sex. I don't know. That's the thing that I find so. It's like this interview feels so pointless, because I'm sorry, but she doesn't have any value as like a figure worth interviewing. Like not unless you're gonna be like, oh, we want to get to know the ordinary Midwestern girl type of thing. But it's like this person has no value, and I don't mean that in a mean way. She can just go about and do her thing, but it's like Bill's not even trying to add any value to the interview. He's just like, let me take a chance to hit on this young girl.
one that's related to what made you famous.
Yep.
What? What am I going to say? You have no idea what I'm going to say.
I don't know. I don't know where this is going. I'm kind of
Okay, I'm going to
nervous.
tell you where it's going. You learned that thing about spitting from porn.
This comment he's about to make is super weird. I don't know what he's going on this tangent.
Right.
He's about to say that spitting never existed before porn, basically.
Right.
That's where that came. What? You did. Maybe not directly, but trust me, like that, the idea of spitting, first of all, it's gross. It's not necessary. It never existed before porn. Do you know that? Do you realize that?
Yeah.
And porn is not benign.
What the fuck is he talking about? What is he on about? People didn't spit on cocks before porn?
No.
I guess not. Those cavemen were just fucking giving teethy ass dry blowjobs, I guess.
It is not. And it has warped the minds of the kids in your generation, especially the guys.
Yeah, they come up with some sick shit.
Yes.
People are just.
Her comments. I just love that her comments are the most nothing comments.
Sick shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I know they are.
agree.
You know
People
what I'm talking
are
about?
fucking sickos. And, you know, whatever floats your arc, but
Whatever floats your work.
Whatever floats your art.
Yeah. Wow.
That doesn't really make much sense.
If you can sit through one more minute. We got one last minute of clips, and then I'll free you of this Bill Maher hell.
Thank you. This is hell.
God, it is so. And this whole basement vibe fucking set is so dingy. Like, it doesn't feel or look nice.
It's got a live audience.
He's just brought back a rock from the dark side of the moon.
What?
The Chinese sent a probe up to the moon, and they brought back a rock that from the dark side of the moon, which we had never done.
I think this is, I clipped this because this is like just such a random, like, this is a high thought of
Is he
him.
just stoned? Yeah.
He's just high. He's talking to a pretty girl, and he's just free flowing it, I guess.
Right.
Maybe they'll smoke it.
I
wonder
know.
if that do moon dust. Actual moon dust.
Why is that a thing? Moon dust?
No.
That part blew me away. She knows what moon dust is. She's referring to like weed.
That's the little bits of weed, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah. Bill Maher, the biggest pothead in Hollywood,
Doesn't know what it is.
Doesn't know what moon dust is. Like, bro, what is going on here? Oh, Bill.
No.
Oh.
But he's out actually like off the moon though.
Did you see a lot of opioid abuse in your area of, that's the part of the country that.
I don't think.
No.
He's like, okay, enough of space talk. Did you see heroin users in your community?
I don't know. I don't pay attention to that.
You didn't know anybody who was like on Oxy, and they call it the hillbilly heroin.
Is he just super stoned?
Yeah, and I feel
he seems like super slow and like.
This is not on her. She's just the guest. She's being interviewed, but she is not. She's not pushing the conversation forward, like, at all. She's just answering the questions and just sitting there.
Well, she is just a regular ass girl, man.
She's just a regular person, man.
Not that I know of, but I don't see anybody openly admitting it, you know?
All right, so you don't want to be in, well, TV. What did you think about
God,
some
Bill.
kind of TV career?
Yeah, I possibly could.
What is this casting couch ass bullshit?
This is really like uninspiring and like just.
Is it like
what a boring ass show?
It's like, how is he one of the biggest entertainers? Do you know what I mean? Like, he's a huge entertainer. He has a late night show. He plays shows.
I
like
could see him
comedy
being.
shows.
I could see him being like really big with the boomers.
Yeah, that's that. I can.
Like,
see.
I don't see any like 1 our age liking him. Put it that way.
No, he's not for the.
Let's put it that way.
He's not for the youngsters. The only time he's even interacting with young people
is when he wants to fuck them.
Exactly, having them on his show to flirt with them and try get them, you know,
attempt to flirt with them. I'd say.
Yeah, exactly. I'm not even sure he landed that. Oh wow. Well, thank you for putting up with that. I know that was a real.
That was.
We really went through the ringer
easy.
with that one.
Yeah.
Whew.
So we want to talk about House of Dragon and we'll wrap it up?
Yes.
I think we're close to 2 hours nearly. But yeah.
I would like
Both
to
sides
talk.
are genocidal, crazy war criminals. So I think we should all enjoy seeing how they die.
That was Mr. Otto Hightower.
Yes.
Who left in like episode 3 or something, and then finally in the
season,
last episode we saw him for like one shot in a prison cell.
Totally unexplained as well.
I think, so I made a joke on the show last week. I played this soundbite when you brought up House of Dragon. The last episode was yet to air. Episode 8 of Series 2, the series final.
True.
I have been enjoying the
know where this is
series,
going.
but it felt like a bit of a nothing series, and I was kind of, I guess, I don't know. I was really going into this final expecting something more, I think. And maybe that was a bit gullible of me, but I was expecting there to be a really big ending and good setup. But like the series ends how it began, which was war is going to happen.
War is coming.
And there was one good, like, big set piece, but I feel like apart from that,
Never heard.
you know, I know back in the day, like, you know how, like, in the Game of Thrones series, like, episode 9 was always the big...
Yeah, they would do a big episode 9,
that was, like,
yeah.
Battle of the Bastards and, like, Blackwater and stuff. And then the episode 10 was always, like, a bit of a recap and almost like a...
It would almost set things up for what's to come, yeah.
Exactly right. This series, like... I don't want to sound like I just come into these shows for like non-stop like cool action set pieces. Although they are cool to see, that's not why I come into it. I do want good character moments, but it was just too much for me. I think
I know what you mean.
HBO ain't what it used to be. There, I said it.
Whoa!
It's not as good as it used to be, man. They're making like the True Detective bullshit. There was that Weekend show.
The Idol, yeah.
The Idol, yeah. This Game of Thrones shit ain't great.
In my whole life.
Yeah,
it is malarkey, and look, I
ain't what it used to be.
I don't disagree. I think my take on the House of Dragon this season is that there were like you said, there was some good action set pieces, some good parts, and I do enjoy those. But I agree. I want good characters in the show. It did feel like almost, it felt like they didn't want to give us a big moment in the finale. It was almost like, it was literally what they did last season at the end of the first season of House Dragon, where it was like, they wanted to end the show with like, war is coming. It's not here yet, but it's coming. And they just kind of repeated that this year with a lot of setup. And I can understand, like, I said to Kath, I was like, okay, so is it just going to be like the first few episodes are great, but then by the end of next season, it's going to be back to where we are again, and they'll be like, war is coming. Just wait. You know, it's like, are we going to be in this trap?
Well, there's only 4 series, so...
That gives me hope.
Which I'm glad to hear.
It makes me hopeful that they will realize that, like, okay, you know, we've got a finite amount of episodes left. Let's do it right for the last leg of the show.
I just don't understand why, if they only have 4 series, why they're taking it so... slow and just
I don't know, man.
I don't know if it was the writer's strike while there was 8 episodes, and
it's like, is the dragon stuff like too high budget? Like, are they trying to save money by not
it would be
always showing the dragons? I don't know. I find that kind of funny.
It would be super expensive, but
I get that.
Yeah, and there's a new spin-off starting next year.
Night of the Seven Kingdoms, isn't that what it's called?
Woohoo,
something like that.
Yeah, cool. Like,
fantastic.
You're really not giving me much hope here.
No, not really.
I enjoy that whole world. That's why I tune in every week when it was there, and I enjoy that whole world. And it's far from the worst show ever. Definitely. I just think it's doing it I think it's just doing it in the wrong way of like. There's nothing wrong with like setting up this big world and why everyone's fighting and how. I think the coolest thing is to see how like certain houses will work together and like they're trying to.
Yeah, the politics of it. Yeah,
they're trying to get like smaller groups who have like, bent the knee to.
Yeah, the different alliances.
So now they should technically work for Rhaenyra and stuff like. It'll like serve Rhaenyra like stuff like that. I find really interesting, but it's like it was just like that old series. And I was a Daemon's arc defender. I really liked Daemon's arc, but like the way it ended, it was just like a trailer of Game of Thrones basically. And it was like it took all series for him to just do this.
Yeah,
Could you not done it in the first like couple episodes?
I felt this season there were a couple of storylines that didn't quite feel like the Daemon arc, especially. Maybe it'll pay off more next season. I don't know, but it did feel a little bit like, and I said this to you, like almost like they wanted to take Daemon's character out of the action because maybe he's too confrontational and
he's
like,
too OP, man.
Yeah, it's like they didn't want him to be involved in the main character drama, so they were like, let's just remove him for a couple of episodes, and that's fine.
I enjoyed series 1 more.
For me, it's like swapped. It's like I enjoy the first half of season 2 more than the first half of season 1, but I would say I enjoyed the second half of season 1 more than the second half of season 2.
At least series 1 had like
Which
a
I
cool,
know is a bit random, but that's how I feel.
No, I get you, man. I just liked all the time jump stuff in series 1. I think it kept you on your toes a bit. And
I feel like I did like, especially towards the end of season 1, the way that Viserys holding on to power and all of the questions of who's going to get the throne next. I think that was really well done.
Everyone's really, really, really good in it as well. Like, everyone's really great as their character, and I just wish it gave them more to do, particularly when there's only 4 series. It's like, is this really what you choose to do with the whole series? Just do this slow-ass, like, art that doesn't really go to it? You only have 4 series. Like, it almost kind of, like, it almost seems like they don't have enough to do in 4 series, so they have to kind of stretch it out a little bit. It's like, if that's the case, then do 3 series, or... They could have even done like a 2 series like tight show. Like they could have even done that.
Yeah,
like,
it is
Andor's 2 series.
Some
and everyone
characters,
loves Andor, so
some characters I feel like are stronger than others. It
doesn't have that Game of Thrones like world and characters. I feel like it doesn't.
It's
even,
not quite as deep. You know,
it doesn't even really seem to attempt to do it either.
You know, I've spoken to Kath about this in the intro. You know, it's just like the same intro every episode.
Yeah.
In Game of Thrones, it was really subtle, but one really awesome thing was that the intro would tease the locations you might travel to in that episode. And that was such a cool way of like getting you familiar with the world map, with the different like political factions in the show. And this House of the Dragon just doesn't go to that extra step.
It did one cool thing they did do was like the spoiler alert, I suppose, at the end of the first episode, one of the kings, like it gets the boy gets his head cut off.
Oh yeah.
One of the kids, and then in the opening intro, it's like a red line and it goes across the neck of the child. Yeah. So
it's cool. It's cool. I agree that I feel like the scope is not quite as ambitious as with Game of Thrones.
And they're teasing the White Walkers. It's like, are we really doing this again?
What was that about?
You did this before. It went terrible.
You guys like the snow zombies, right? You know.
And like we were texting about this. You were like, oh, what if they're in it, like the White Walkers and stuff? It's like, well, then where was this in? Like, why didn't they mention it then? I feel
we
like
haven't seen the White Walkers since 200 years ago.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, and you remember how, I don't know, whatever. This is just like, I'm nitpicking now, but it's like, you know how the series 2 opened of House Dragon, it opened at the wall and stuff, and
oh yeah, with the Stacks.
it was cool, but like the Starks, they just like
they cameo.
They just cameo, yeah. Like
totally.
they don't even do anything.
I do find that really odd.
I guess they kind of like, oh, we focus on the Starks so much in Game of Thrones, so they're probably going to try and hold back a little bit. But they are literally just a cameo. Like they're not really.
I hear people say like, oh, the show is House of the Dragon. It's about the Targaryen family. Okay, but you know, you can still do an interesting world. You can still do interesting world building, you know?
Yeah, I think it was fine. Honestly, I really don't think it was like anything amazing. I've seen such better series of TV.
Yeah, like I think it was fun, and I think I'll still be watching. Like it's good high budget entertainment type of thing. However, I do feel like they you know, I don't think they're at this point, but I think the big downfall of the original Game of Thrones was that the writing just went to shit. That the writing early on was good, even though, you know what's funny though as well? It's such a whiplash looking back at the early seasons of Game of Thrones, because like the sex stuff they had in those early seasons were like so just unnecessarily overloaded with sex stuff. Like it was very, very, a lot of
like
sex
the
in
whole
that
houses
show.
and stuff.
Yeah, and like I get that they were kind of doing it to be controversial, I guess.
Well, back in the day when it was first coming out, that shit was crazy watching it. Just like,
no, totally, absolutely.
What?
On TV?
Boobies?
Yeah, what?
Yeah, seeing like boobies on TV was kind of nuts.
And I totally get it, but it's just funny that now I feel like that part of the show has aged worse. But in the early seasons, like the writing was legitimately good, the character drama, all that.
Yeah.
And really, what tanked that show was that the writing went to shit. And I think with this show, I wouldn't say the writing this season was bad, but I think maybe it got a little bit stuck, or it got a little bit kind of stuck in a rut. I just hope that next season and the last season are actually well written and like interesting.
What even is this new
character-driven
show
drama
about? This, what's it?
A Knight of the Seven Kingdoms.
Right. What is this about? So it's
think
not based on a book.
I don't think so. I think it's literally just a story set in the Game of Thrones world with characters that don't have a book and don't have a thing.
It's funny because the ideas that they had, the two spin-offs they were going to do was, one was The Long Night, which you only hear about in Game of Thrones, and it sounds fucking awesome.
Yeah.
It sounds so cool.
Yeah.
For some reason, they decided not to do it.
They're like, let's not show that.
No.
Yeah.
I think, you know, they literally shot like a pilot. They wasted
That's
like
so crazy,
millions.
isn't it? Yeah.
Millions. They built all the sets. It was millions down the drain.
Weird, hey?
And then the other one they were going to do was the Jon Snow show, which was going to be set beyond the wall, I believe, with all the wildlands and stuff.
Yeah.
They didn't do that.
Sounds like a cool idea, but I guess they...
So what do we get? We get this.
They couldn't figure it out.
The Targaryen storyline, it's like... I feel like I already know all this shit. Like, I feel like it's not really like a new thing. Like
sometimes as well, like...
Targaryens were big in Game of Thrones. Like, they were like... Them and the Starks were...
But like, you know, some universes don't have to exist forever. Like, they don't have to continue in perpetuity. Like, things can end, right?
I think what I heard, this could all be malarkey.
I've heard so much malarkey in my whole life.
Yeah, thank you, Joe. I think it's just like it's like the knight is traveling through like Westeros and stuff, which I think is super cool. Like that'd be cool to see all the different areas and stuff.
Consider me interested, you know. And
Look,
if they can show the different houses, the different places, that's...
So this is meant to be, this one's meant to be 100 years after, I think it's like 100 years after House of Dragon, but 100 years before Game of Thrones.
Right. Okay.
I hate this bullshit, by the way. It's like 100 years before. So it's like you're kind of shooting yourself in the foot because they can't do anything massive because we all know how it ends.
That's me figuring out the 100 years.
I don't really care. I will watch, but I don't really care.
I'll tune in. Yeah, I'll tune. We'll both tune in, but we'll reserve the right to be haters.
It'll be there. We'll watch it in 2 years, man. I'm going to be 27 by the time it comes out. No, probably 28, 27.
I'm gonna be fucking like Viserys.
Yeah.
By the time the damn
exactly right.
show finishes.
These shows take like 2 years to make.
Yeah,
and it's just fun. It's like you put all this effort in, and like this series really was just like nothing really happened.
It was. There was like maybe 1 or 2 standout like episodes or moments, but no, I agree. There was
They
not.
were good episodes. It definitely, yeah, you're right. It definitely, I think up to episode 4, it was good. I think I was enjoying it, and then from there on out, it's like
It became a meme.
yeah. They brought Alan Taylor back to direct episode 4.
It never got better
Many
than that
Saints
episode.
of Newark,
Yeah.
Mr. Sopranos. He did a ton of Game of Thrones episodes.
Tommy Tough Knuckles.
Alan Taylor, yeah.
Alan Tough Knuckles.
Alan Tough Knuckles, yeah. Anyway, give it a go if you haven't already. We obviously spoke about it with such great praise.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, yeah. Well, let us know what you think. Let us know if you are going to watch next season of House of the Dragon. If you're done, if you're out of the Game of Thrones business, or if you're just having fun. You know,
it became a meme.
What is the charge? Eating a meal? A succulent Chinese meal?
Rip Goat.
Rip the Goat. Ripped my good friend.
Are you waiting to receive my limp penis?
Jack Karlson. We love the man.
The meme himself.
The meme, the legend.
Succulent.
It became a meme.
It did become a meme, yeah.
It became a meme.
And that's from that news.
I know, yeah. It became a meme.
Sorry, Bindi.
Okay. Sorry, Bindi. No one's
Sorry,
talking about
Bindi.
you this week. It's all about Jack Karlson. All right, folks. Well,
Nepo ass baby.
Is that all you got?
Yeah. I found out last night, was it Brendan Gleeson?
Oh, yeah.
I found out that General Hux is his fucking, what's his
Son,
name?
yeah.
What's his name? Who's General Hux? What's his name?
Domhnall Gleeson?
Yeah, I didn't know they were like,
They're related,
Every
yeah.
day I find out a new Nepo baby.
Oh, I know. It's sad. It's sad. It's a scourge on Hollywood.
He's all right, though. He played Trump.
Boring.
Yeah. Well.
Brendan Gleeson played Trump. Trump.
I just don't like you no more.
I'm sorry. Yeah.
Oh, folks. All right. Well, thank you. We'll wrap this up for you.
All right. Thank you, guys.
We'll see you next week, you beautiful folks.
Bastards.
We love it. We love you. Goodbye. And we'll see you next time. Thanks,
Goodbye.
folks.